back to Educational Leadership PhD. We had a Wintram class. The Wintram class was American and Comparative Foundations of Education using Rory and Educational Social Change and Thalen's History of Higher Education. Um, the Wintram was only 2 weeks, 4 classes, 3 papers, 2 group projects. As you can see, lots of reading, hundreds of pages. The good part was our professor, Dr. Mendez, gave us early access, told us what she wanted, and early reading over the holiday actually worked well. There were a lot of accompanying videos. Those videos really gave you perspective into how much education has changed over the last years, but it went through centuries from the inception of the United States. Overall, it was a great class. Probably the one I was worried about the most, because, like I said, it seemed like a lot of assignments, but the one I've enjoyed the most. Reason why is there was a lot of opinion pieces, understanding how history has changed, and then how do you use it to affect your education and what your topics are going to be. So, in that aspect, I really enjoyed it. One of the projects was comparing our education center in an aspect. I took higher education to a partner country, using that country and showing some of the good things they did. What did they sacrifice? How would it go? And that perspective was very, very fresh and good, and something we don't do enough as Americans. Look outward for other countries doing a good job. We always think we're the best in it, and that arrogance has shown, especially coming January 2021, right before inauguration. But as for education, it was an excellent course that gave great insight into things we've done, how we've changed so often, what injustices we've done, and how do we try to correct them. And knowing what we've done helps you to ensure you don't make some of the same mistakes. With that said, starting this week, I will be into the next class. The next class is Methods of Qualitative Inquiry. Um, Qualitative research has never been my forte. As a scientist and a quantitative person, I've always used the data to tell the story. And qualitative, it's more about telling the story and understanding the data in it. I enjoy each aspect of it and realize that unless you get lots of money, qualitative is probably a better way. You can get more interpersonal, you can understand it, you can start to work on the problem. Some will say, was included in that, that they get too attached to their research. Being embedded in it is a bad thing. Well, you have to understand it to know where somebody comes from. Empathy is something we miss often as Americans. And that aspect, to truly understand it and know where a group is coming from, to research them and give them proper, adequate ways to solve it, fix a problem, or get out of a bad situation only can come from a place, it comes better from a place within than an outside person saying, this is what you should do. Because then we always interject our experiences instead of understanding the groups. So, looking forward, still lots of reading, multiple chapters at the beginning, multiple articles for each type, and overall, it will help us because our synthesis project at the end of the year will include both as a mixed methods, will include some qualitative that I'm going to use and start to set up my questions for the end of the year now, and that will be scaled up for my dissertation.